Paris, the city of lights, love, and endless luxury. But this time, the fragrance of romance in the air carried a different scent, the faint trace of scandal. There she was, Meghan Markle, radiant in paper-white elegance, gliding through the French capital with a royal grace that turned every head. It was her first-ever Paris Fashion Week appearance, a moment she hoped would redefine her image, reclaim her crown in the world of style and influence. But behind the flashing cameras and red carpet smiles, something was brewing, something that would shake not just the fashion world, but the very foundation of Meghan and Harry's life together. Because when the hotel receipts hit the press, they didn't just reveal what she wore, they revealed who paid for it all. And the answer shocked everyone. Paris was supposed to be Meghan's comeback, a symbol of confidence, independence, and control. Insiders said it was her big relaunch moment. But the headlines that followed told a completely different story. What began as a glamorous trip to Fashion Week quickly unraveled into yet another royal scandal. Hotel invoices leaked, showing jaw-dropping expenses, a penthouse suite, luxury chauffeur service, private security, and designer room service running into the thousands. And the question echoed across social media, who's funding Meghan Markle this time? When the name behind those bills surfaced, the internet exploded, because this wasn't an Archewell-sponsored event, nor an official partnership. It wasn't even personally paid for by Meghan. At first, whispers pointed toward a luxury brand, Balenciaga. But that's where the story twisted into something much darker. Let's rewind. In the weeks before Fashion Week, rumors buzzed across Paris that Meghan was planning a surprise appearance, not as a guest, but as a star attraction. Cameras and reporters stationed themselves outside the legendary Hotel Plaza Athénée, where rooms can cost up to $20,000 a night. Then came the big moment. Meghan stepped out, wrapped in a Balenciaga coat, oversized shades hiding her expression but not her ambition. The flashes lit up the Parisian night like the Oscars. She smiled. She glowed. To her, it was a rebirth, but insiders later revealed that glowing confidence masked a dangerous miscalculation. Because the booking wasn't made in her name. A source close to hotel management confirmed the reservation was made under a corporate sponsor. Not Archewell. Not Meghan. And then came the bombshell. The entire stay, from her suite to her car service, had been covered under a Balenciaga corporate account, allegedly tied to a partnership that didn't officially exist. That's right. Meghan had apparently used Balenciaga's name, before any real deal had been signed. When that news broke, chaos followed. Balenciaga's team immediately denied any connection. Their statement was blunt: "We did not fund Meghan Markle's stay." There was no agreement. Social media exploded. Balenciaga denies Meghan Markle funding scandal. Hotel bill lies. The Duchess of Deception. The backlash was brutal. Meghan, who had been posting cryptic quotes about truth always rising, suddenly went completely silent. No posts. No comments. No denials. And in the world of celebrity PR, silence can be deafening. Behind closed doors, sources claimed Prince Harry was furious. He had reportedly assumed the Paris trip was a carefully coordinated event, approved by their team, maybe even a soft relaunch for Meghan's rumored new brand. But when he found out the trip had been self-arranged, under a name she wasn't authorized to use, he felt betrayed. Critics began calling it royal privilege in disguise. The same kind Meghan had once condemned. She left the palace to escape control, one columnist wrote, yet here she is, using influence and deception for luxury perks. By the end of that week, even American media had joined the frenzy. French tabloids accused Meghan of breaching hotel policy. U.S. outlets questioned the ethical lines between personal branding and false sponsorships. And all the while, insiders said Meghan was in tears. She had thought this was harmless, that a few friendly emails and an unofficial handshake with Balenciaga's team meant it was okay to proceed. But the brand had no interest in playing along. Within hours of the story breaking, Balenciaga's lawyers issued a formal notice distancing themselves from her completely. The fallout was instant and devastating. Meghan's dream of re-entering high fashion had crumbled. The same designers who once invited her to front rows now quietly struck her name off guest lists. Luxury houses that had been in talks for collaborations suddenly went silent. Balenciaga wasn't just denying involvement, they were cutting ties entirely. Then came the second blow, one that would turn scandal into catastrophe. When investigators and journalists dug deeper into those leaked receipts, they discovered a new name, the real financier behind Meghan's stay. Not Balenciaga. Not Archwell. Not Meghan. But a Hollywood media investor, a man with deep ties to the entertainment world, and, reportedly, a complicated history with Meghan. His identity wasn't immediately public, but tabloids called him Mr. X. Payments for the suite, car, and services all traced back to a firm he partly owned, the same firm Meghan had pitched her, with love, Meghan lifestyle concept to just months earlier. That's when the headlines changed tone, from curiosity to suspicion. Why was a Hollywood investor footing the bill for Meghan's luxury trip? And why had she let everyone believe it was a brand partnership? The optics were disastrous. British tabloids branded her manipulative Meghan. American gossip shows speculated whether it was a business misunderstanding, or something more personal. In Montecito, tensions hit a boiling point. Harry, blindsided once again, reportedly erupted in anger. "You said we were done with this," he allegedly shouted. "You said we were moving past the lies." Friends close to them described the household as frozen. Curtains drawn. Meetings cancelled. Meghan shut herself off, avoiding cameras and calls. The Paris dream had turned into a nightmare, a PR disaster that even seasoned Hollywood managers would struggle to contain. Soon, leaked emails surfaced, showing Meghan had indeed reached out to Mr. X months prior, discussing possible brand funding. Critics pounced, accusing her of manipulating business connections for personal gain. And worse, her own staff began turning away. Her personal assistant, sources say, had warned her not to use corporate names without contracts. Meghan ignored it. When the scandal broke, that assistant quietly resigned. By this point, even her most loyal supporters began to lose faith. "I defended her for years," one fan wrote online, "but this feels shady. If she can't be honest about a hotel bill, what else has she exaggerated?" Inside the palace, officials reportedly smirked. One royal aide even joked that the only royal thing about the Paris trip was the size of the bill. King Charles, according to insiders, was disappointed, seeing the episode as proof that reconciliation with the Sussexes was impossible anytime soon. And as for Mr. X? He disappeared entirely. His representatives issued a statement claiming the payments were made in error. But by then, it didn't matter. The damage was done. Meghan's glamorous comeback had collapsed into scandal. Her reputation in the fashion world was shattered, her Hollywood prospects, fading. Even her marriage, according to whispers from Montecito, was under immense strain. Harry, exhausted and humiliated, confided to a friend, "Every time we try to start over, something else happens. It's like we're cursed." And now, just when the dust seemed to settle, reports surfaced that a UK documentary team had obtained those very hotel receipts. An upcoming exposé, allegedly in production, promises to reveal the real story behind Meghan's Paris trip, who funded it, and why. If that's true, the worst may be yet to come, because this time, there's no palace to shield her, no team to bury the truth, and no fairy tale ending in sight. Paris was supposed to mark Meghan Markle's rebirth. Instead, it might have sealed her downfall. Soft outro music fades in. Narrator: in the city where dreams are made, Meghan's dream turned into a scandal that even love, luxury, or loyalty couldn't save. And somewhere behind those closed Montecito doors, one truth remains: no matter how much she tries to reinvent herself, the past always finds the receipt.